Chapter
NK
1241, Is So Fong worse than a dog? A gunfight, could it mean someone is dead? If so, where is the body? Was it taken away? Beep beep. The satellite phone connected. Tae-chan Nin did not wait for the echo and hurriedly asked, "Hello? Is it Tae that or So Fong?" "Third master, it is me." Tae that quickly replied. "Speak." Tae-chan Nin took a deep breath, hoping for good news. Tae that also inhaled, lowered his voice instinctively, and said, "It is bad news." "Speak." Tae-chan Nin's voice trembled. In the first rescue search team were people he cared about, Tae-tam, Tae-tu, and Tae-luk, all trained by him, and Tae-tu worried him most. Tae-tu was only 22, a lively and lovable girl, whom he treated like a daughter. He had not intended to let her join the rescue, but she begged sweetly, and he gave in, never expecting tragedy. "An outsider?" Tae-chan Nin's tone turned icy. "What do you mean?" "Besides us, there are other people on the island." Tae that explained. "Who are they?" Tae-chan Nin tightened his grip, the satellite phone creaked. A follower trembled, fearing it would break. Tae that shook his head, glanced at So Fong, and continued, "We still do not know, but we found bullets different from ours, shorter ones." "Then, the body?" Even he did not realize his voice was shaking. "No body here, we have not found one." Tae that paused, then added, "Maybe no one died, so no body exists." "Keep searching, I will call Team 2 back." Tae-chan Nin's voice was low and urgent. "Yes." Tae that answered, ready to hang up. But instead, give the phone to So Fong. "Ah." Tae that froze. "Are you deaf?" Tae-chan Nin snapped. "Ah, yes, for Mr. So." Tae that recovered, handed the phone to So Fong. "Mr. So, the third master wants you." "Hello?" So Fong's voice was calm. "Mr. So, I will raise the fee to 700 million yuan, only one condition, you must find the rescue team members." Tae-chan Nin's voice was hoarse. "Alive or dead, we must see them." "Humph, 700 million yuan. So Fong smirked. "Do you think I am blinded by money?" "Isn't it so?" Tae-chan Nin was stunned. "You guessed right, it is so." So Fong smiled faintly. Tae-chan Nin's face darkened. "As long as they are still on Mist Island, I will find them." So Fong paused, then added, "But if they are not here, I cannot help." "Fine." Tae-chan Nin said low. "Fine, wait for my news." So Fong tapped the phone, waited for the beep, then let go. "Eh?" He flipped his hand, put the phone away. "What did he say?" Van Han asked. So Fong sighed, "We must search wider, carefully, no trace can be ignored." He planned to examine tracks, only by finding their path of retreat could he break through. Understood. Tae that and Tae bat split up to search. "I will help too," Van Han said innocently. "Do not go far." So Fong warned. "Okay." Van Han agreed, using her knife to push aside fallen leaves. So Fong surveyed, then projected a three-dimensional model. In it, two giant lizards hid at the edge, unmoving. "Oomph, if only we had rescue dogs." So Fong muttered. His sense of smell was sharp, but far weaker than a dog's. Humans had only about 5 million cells, covering a small nasal area. Rescue dogs, known for strong noses, were selective breeds. In the model, hidden objects appeared. So Fong opened his eyes, the image vanished, he strode toward the lizard traces. Growl. The creature glared, its tail thumped the ground, showing power, but also fear, sensing strange aura from him. "Move aside, I will not kill you." So Fong stopped before it. Growl. It retreated half a meter, feigning a pounce. "Do you want death?" So Fong frowned, he held back, only kicked it away, avoiding its bite. A bite could cripple him. So fierce. He smirked, this time not holding back, dodged, spun, and kicked it skyward. Whether its soul ascended he did not know. He clapped his hands, satisfied, moved deeper to its lair, where several gray-white eggs lay, half buried. But his target was not eggs, but other things, hidden under leaves. Rustle. Chapter 1242, He Let Me Hang Up. Books, I fear danger outweighs safety. He pressed his lips, picked up a golden hair mixed with a withered bamboo leaf, nearly missing it. Ah, why did the great beast fall? Tay-Bat's voice echoed outside. Mr. So, where are you? Tay-That called. What did you find? Van Han followed. Tay-Bat shouted, Mr. So, I found something too. So Fong left the lair, stepped out, and saw 3 young girls emerge from thick fog. What did you find? He asked. Yet Tay-Bat gave no answer, his eyes fixed on the gun bag in So Fong's hand, where the words 750 shone red in his pupils. Recognized it? So Fong pressed his lips. Mr. So, let me see. Tay-Bat and Tay-That hurried closer. The first reached for the bag, So Fong did not stop him. This is a bag crafted by the Tay family. Tay-That said gravely, his trembling hand opening it. Inside was golden thread sewn into a small flower pattern, with the word Kiet below. It is Brother Kiet's. Tay-That said lowly, grief heavy, clearly recognizing the owner. He fell silent. There is also a golden hair. So Fong opened his hand. Brother Kiet's hair is golden. Tay-Bat lowered his head, voice heavy. Brother Kiet too was trained by the Tay family, not ranked as high as Tay-Bat, but their ties were close, once drinking together. Who would think in a blink he was gone? You said you found something, what is it? So Fong broke Tay-Bat's silence, this was not time for grief. It seems like blood, follow me. Tay-Bat regained composure, carefully stored the golden hair, and led the way. They walked 3 or 4 minutes, reached another mound, where bamboo was sparse and fewer leaves lay. Here. Tay-Bat crouched, picked up leaves, stained with dried blood. So much. Van Han gasped, most leaves bore blood, sprayed out. So Fong crouched, lifted a leaf dyed red. He sniffed, touched with tongue, and confirmed. So Fong, that is filthy. Van Han frowned, how could blood be tasted? So Fong smiled, assuring no worry. He tore the leaf, scraped dried blood, mixed with water, and concluded, this is human blood. Human blood? Is it Brother Kiet's? Tay-Bat breathed fast, hoping. I have no blood test, I do not know your Brother Kiet, nor his numbers. So Fong retorted. Sorry, I was too rash. Tay-Bat muttered. Someone surely died, but who is not clear. So Fong stood, dropped the leaf, and looked around. Too much blood, either many wounded or one drained. Such one must be dead, with the golden hair and bag, likely Brother Kiet. Tay-That and Tay-Bat were silent, the answer clear, Brother Kiet was doomed. So Fong did not comfort, he searched, finding a bullet, not from the Tay family. He asked, any other strange finds? Helpless, he cast the 3-dimensional diagram again. The girls, seeing him silent, thought him pondering. Suddenly he said, west, they went west. Ah, how do you know? Van Han asked. There are footprints. So Fong walked west 10 meters, squatted, lifted leaves, and prints appeared. Footprints left over 10 days ago, bamboo thick, fallen leaves covered, hard to see. Tay-Bat lit up, overjoyed, it is footprints, the shoe marks match ours, is it Tay-Tam's group? Maybe, but another bad news. So Fong brushed aside leaves, more prints appeared. He said calmly, they may be hunted. No matter who, find them first. So Fong clapped, stood, looked west, same direction as rescue teams. Mr. So, shall I report to Third Master? Tay-That asked, unsure. Yes. So Fong nodded. Tay-That took the satellite phone, dialed Tay-Chan Nin. Hello? Third master, we found new traces. Speak. Tae Chan Nin's tone sharpened. We found. Tae that recounted. Brother Kiet is dead? Tae Chan Nin cut in. Silent a moment, then heavy, search, keep searching. Yes. Tae that replied, waited for the line to end. Strange, he did not scold me. Tae that puzzled. Third master changed? He wondered, pressing the red button to end. This is third master's order, surely he will not blame me later? He muttered. You dared hang up on third master? Tae-bat was stunned. Do you think I lie? Tae that inhaled, honestly said, I cannot believe, but it is truth. Chapter 1243, The Sharpshooter. He calmly said, do not leave traces, head west, I hope they are still alive. Yes. Tai 7 slapped his thigh and stood at attention. They must still be alive, Tai 3 and the others are very strong. Tai 8 spoke firmly, though his heart was uneasy. So Fong glanced at them and said calmly, seeing is believing, hope is good, but you must be open-minded. Yes. Tai 7 and Tai 8 nodded. Let us go. So Fong picked up the waterproof bag again, held the girl's hand, and followed the tracks. Tai 7 and Tai 8 followed closely, remaining vigilant and scanning around, hoping to find clues. Outside the island, Tai Xinyan held the satellite phone in a daze. Third master, are you all right? A subordinate asked. I am fine, keep watching. Tai Xinyan came back to himself, left the tent, and dialed a number. Beep beep beep. The phone rang for a long time before being answered. Who is this? A deep male voice resounded, showing he was around 40 years old and held high status, his tone naturally authoritative. Elder brother, it is me. Tai Xinyan quickly revealed his identity. The third master's elder brother was the eldest son of the Tai family head, Tai Xinlong, the current patriarch. He was 46, married with 3 sons, but no daughters. His wife could not bear children anymore due to poor health. Third, what is the matter? Tai Xinlong asked in a deep voice. Wei Ding's mishap let another force land on the island, a Kiet was killed, help me check which planes or ships passed that sea area before and after the crash. Tai Xinyan explained. All right. He hung up right after. Damn, asking for help but hung up first? Tai Xinlong stared silently at the phone. On the island, So Fong's group continued west. They must be alive. Tai 8 muttered like a prayer. Stop chanting, my head is bursting. Tai 7 sighed, also worried, but knew rushing was useless. Tai 8 took a deep breath, I cannot, only this way I feel calmer. Fine, suit yourself. Tai 7 quickened his pace. So Fong and the girl walked fast, the two had to strive to keep up. Time passed, by 6 in the evening, night fell, and light was swallowed. Yes. The others quickly replied. I will gather wood. Tai 8 drew his military knife, pulling Tai 7 along. Van Han spotted a small stream. She looked at So Fong and said innocently, here is water, let us cook some wild vegetable soup tonight, we have not had liquid food for a while. 10 minutes later, Tai 7 and Tai 8 returned with wood, then lit a fire. Half an hour later, hot soup of wild vegetables and mushrooms was ready, no meat, as the dried meat was gone and no prey was caught in days. Van Han looked at the soup, lips pressed, slightly disappointed. Do you want meat? So Fong chuckled, patting her head. Yes. Van Han's eyes shone with hope, then she gently said, but I can bear it, do not hunt on purpose. Good girl, there will be meat. So Fong said softly, praying silently for luck to bring rabbits or pheasants. Yes. Van Han smiled, sipping the hot soup, her fatigue faded. The sky stayed dark, no stars or moon, the fire lit a circle of several meters. So Fong, continue. Van Han held the rifle, eyes fixed. All right. So Fong answered tenderly, guiding her hands. He glanced at the two, not driving them away. Tai 7 smiled, stepped closer. Tai 8 followed, stopping at 1 meter. Clear? So Fong asked. Clear. Tai 7 answered unconsciously. So Fong ignored them, continued teaching the girl how to aim. Could you not see clearly at 593? So Fong asked. Ah, closer is clearer. Tai 8 chuckled. Fine, 1 hour 8,000 yuan, remember to transfer after leaving. So Fong smiled. Tai 7 and Tai 8 fell silent, so this was the catch. I agree, I remember. Tai 7 hurriedly said. So Fong nodded, good. Shall we continue? Tai 8 asked thick-skinned. Continue. Van Han was still eager, absorbing everything. Continue. Tai 7 echoed quickly. Tai 7 said earnestly, 8,000 yuan, I will transfer later. Good, then continue. So Fong, satisfied, taught them more sharpshooter skills. Tai 7 and Tai 8 listened intently, mimicking shooting gestures as if holding real rifles. Chapter 1244, The Electrical Repair Master. The log was burning red, sparks burst out, and they were extinguished before touching the ground. Van Han was already asleep. Tonight So Fong took the first half of the night watch. Taybat and Taybat lasted less than half an hour before falling asleep. So quiet. So Fong muttered, tossing another piece of wood onto the fire. He glanced at the girl and the brothers, hesitated, then took a mobile power source from his space and plugged in the phone. Half closing his eyes, lips curved, he counted silently. After 15 minutes he commanded, Mark. The familiar mechanical voice of the system echoed, both familiar and exciting. What will it be this time? He whispered. For 7 days, the gift packs were useless, only 2 times memory increase proved valuable. Open the gift pack. He ordered. Ding. Obtained 1 elementary weapon improvement gift pack. Ding. Obtained 1 elementary electrical repair technique gift pack. Ding. Memory +1. He paused, looked at the girl, hesitated, then continued to open. Ding. Weapon improvement pack transmitting. He shut his eyes, gritted teeth, pain struck like a hammer to the skull. Waves of pain surged, yet he endured, accustomed to it. After more than 10 minutes, the pain vanished. He sighed, opened eyes, saw the girl still asleep, felt relieved. He sorted through the new knowledge, skimmed it, then stored it away. Opened the electrical repair pack. He said helplessly. Ding. Electrical repair pack transmitting. He opened his eyes, glanced at them, all asleep, unaware of danger. His mind focused, the new knowledge was clear, it was electrical repair, from kettles and hairdryers, to refrigerators, air conditioners, even electric cars. So I have become a repair master now? He smirked bitterly, tucked the knowledge into memory. Finishing the last order, he closed his eyes. Agonizing pain surged, harsher than before, sweat beaded on his brow. He was no stranger to this, every month enduring several times. Since leaving Huin Noyet Island, the system packs became diverse, covering many skills. Memory +1 often appeared. The stabbing lasted nearly 20 minutes, his hair soaked, face pale like illness. Who? He sighed, body eased, but spirit weary. Memory growth required sleep to recover. He wiped sweat, leaned against a tree, slept. Time passed. At 3 a.m, he opened eyes, danger sense flared. He scanned, instantly forming a 3-dimensional map, radius 100 meters. His face darkened, west side, 80 meters away, on a branch, a flash glimmered. Adjusting vision, he saw a sniper in camouflage prone on a tree, aiming. Damn! His face changed, he rushed, carried the girl behind a tree. What is it? The girl asked groggily. Stay here, do not move. He instructed. Ah. Van Han blinked, then nodded, okay. In the map, the sniper aimed with a strange device on the rifle, able to see through mist. What? That and Bat woke. Hide, a sniper. So Fong grabbed the rifle set on the branch, crouched, gun on his knee, using the map as vision, ready to fire. A sniper? That was stunned. On such a foggy island, could they shoot accurately? Come here now. Van Han waved urgently, trusting him. They, though doubtful, hurried and hid with her. What is he doing? The sniper muttered, through the device only seeing a red silhouette, but resolved, never mind, shoot first. He squeezed the trigger. At the same moment, So Fong fired. Bang! The shot cracked, the forest startled, beasts fled. Did no one teach you, when decisive you must not hesitate? The cold voice echoed. So Fong raised his head, lips curled mockingly. Chapter 1245, Cold-Blooded So Fong. Handled, only one left. So Fong carefully checked the three-dimensional map, making sure no one was hiding. The danger was gone. Is there really a sniper? Bat whispered. Come, take the body back. So Fong lifted his chin to signal. Really going? Bat was stunned. Of course. Bat hardened his face, held the flashlight and walked. I will go with you, better be careful. That sighed, drew his pistol and unlocked it. They moved cautiously, every faint sound made them tense like startled birds. It is fine, just the wind. That took a deep breath, pretending calm. Mr. So said the sniper was killed, where? Bat changed the subject, suddenly feeling as if the forest was full of hidden eyes. Keep going ahead. That patted his shoulder. Bat screamed. Damn, do not pat me suddenly, you scare me to death. That curled his lips, not expecting that. Sorry. He quickly apologized. Bat glared and went on. Drip. Stop, did you hear something? That halted. Bat tilted his ear. Like water sound. Yes, dripping from above. That confirmed, sweeping with the light. I think I know. Bat tapped his shoulder, pointed upward. Drop. A drop of blood fell, almost hitting that. Damn it, really someone. That cursed. The flashlight shone up, revealing a man in camouflage slumped on a branch, a sniper rifle in front. His forehead had a wound, blood seeping down, dripping to the ground. Hell, without So Fong, we were dead. Bat's face darkened. Enough talk, bring him down. That pressed his shock. Bat struggled under the tree, finally pulling the corpse down. Do not know him. That studied the bloody face, not from the rescue teams, clearly an outsider. Take him back first. Bat bent to carry the body. They staggered less than 100 steps, then returned to camp. The girl was nodding off. Question mark. Oh, you are back. Van Han lifted her head. Dead? So Fong frowned. Yes, dead sure, one shot to the head. That raised his thumb, admiring So Fong. So Fong searched the body, found nothing useful. He asked, Sack, you know him? No, must be outsider. That took photos, planning to check later. Then dispose him. So Fong clapped his hands. Van Han's hand trembled, she realized. So Fong, you killed a man. Seeing her red eyes, he quickly patted her shoulder. It is all right, self-defense. Yes, if not, we would die. That supported. Hush now, it is fine. So Fong stroked her head, pulling her close. I am not afraid, just fear you being jailed, I worry. Van Han's voice shook. No, I promise. So Fong softened. He looked serious. When have I lied to you? Who knows? Van Han murmured. Be good. So Fong smiled bitterly, soothing her. Maybe like killing wild boar. He excused, he could not say it was not the first kill. A boar is not human, not the same. Van Han frowned, puzzled by his calmness. Enough, it is fine. So Fong forced a smile. You are scared, right? Van Han reasoned. You hide it to keep me calm, correct? His throat dried, meeting her eyes, he nodded. I knew it. She pouted. So Fong is not cold, warmer than all. AI. So Fong sighed. Then handle the body. He whispered. Yes. That exhaled, started working. Handling bodies was routine, burying or burning, sometimes chemicals. But here no chemicals, digging hard, burning too obvious, smell terrible. As for natives, maybe tigers, leopards, or some giant creature. That and Bat lifted the sniper, fading into the night. Chapter 1246, The Sly Merchant So Fong. If you want to cry, then cry, I will not laugh at you. Van Han held So Fong's face and said seriously. I cried too, you do not need to hold back, it is not shameful. Do not cry, men cannot cry. So Fong opened his eyes and lied, in truth he could not cry, because he had no reason. The enemy tried to kill him, he fought back and killed, that was a victory, why cry? Van Han pouted, face flushed as she argued. Still with that macho idea, who said men cannot cry? Cough cough, be good, now sleep. So Fong coughed, trying to change the subject, or else the girl would force him to cry. I am not sleepy. Van Han shook her head, not fooled this time. She continued. Men can cry, do not restrain yourself, if you hold it in you will break, when scared or sad just cry, like me, cry and feel better. So Fong's face darkened, he really did not want to cry. Be good. Van Han patted his shoulder, looking at him with expectation. It is so late, maybe we should not disturb him. Van Han hesitated. It is fine, he is probably still awake. So Fong smiled politely. After a while, the satellite phone connected and a voice came. Hello? The drowsy voice of Chan Nin sounded. It is me. So Fong spoke calmly. 3:30 in the morning, what is it? Chan Nin asked darkly. Nothing big, just to inform you, we were attacked. So Fong said lightly. Attacked? Chan Nin's spirit rose, his voice louder. So Fong glanced at That and Bat, nodded. Yes, a sniper. Chan Nin's voice rose even higher. A sniper? Yes, I killed him. So Fong continued. None of you are hurt? Chan Nin asked. No, only Van Han was frightened, her mind unsettled, tonight she may not sleep well. So Fong smirked, eyes sly. That's serious? Chan Nin worried, since Van Han was a friend of Bai Din and came by his request, if something happened it would be troublesome. Yes, very serious. So Fong stressed. It was her first time seeing a corpse, it hit her hard. I am not that bad. Van Han whispered. That nodded. Sympathy. Now So Fong looked like a sly merchant, might as well write it on his forehead. What can make her feel better? Chan Nin fell into the trap. Chan Nin fell silent, then said. Fine, payment will increase by 1 million. Thank you. So Fong raised his hand in victory, the girl could not help but glare at him. Chan Nin clenched his teeth, feeling like he had swallowed a fly. Do not know, That and Bat did not recognize either. So Fong said. Photos? Chan Nin asked. Destroyed. So Fong nodded. That is fine, with photos we can trace him, it is only a matter of time. Chan Nin said with confidence. Not yet, but investigating, soon we will have results. Chan Nin replied. Good, then I will not disturb your sleep, good night. So Fong hung up, grinning smugly, another million earned. On the other end, Tae Chan Nin was now wide awake. He walked out of the tent, looked at the starry sea sky, feeling depressed. Such a waste, one phone call cost 1 million. From the initial 3 million to 5 million, then 7 million, now another million added. So Fong, you are truly wicked. Van Han said. If men are not wicked, women will not love them. So Fong replied casually. Van Han blushed, murmured. I do not like wicked men. Really? So Fong frowned. Cannot watch. Tae That and Tae Bat turned their backs, unable to bear the romance. Stop it, go to sleep. Van Han's face turned red, she bowed her head. Sir, so, you should rest, we will keep watch. Tae That said with a smile. All right. So Fong nodded, holding the girl, worried she might dream badly, so he stayed with her. Be good, sleep. Van Han imitated him, stroking his head in comfort. Fine. So Fong felt helpless, closed his eyes. Van Han contentedly leaned against his chest and closed her eyes. In just over 10 minutes, her breathing steadied, she fell asleep. Ha, worry for nothing. So Fong opened his eyes, sighed, he had planned to hypnotize her, but it was unnecessary. He looked at her face, kissed her forehead lightly, then closed his eyes. Crackling. The firewood popped, sparks flew, Tae That and Tae Bat kept watch. There will not be another sniper, right? Tae Bat asked nervously. Probably not, snipers are not cabbages. Tae That guessed, though uncertain inside. Brother That, if there was a sniper, could we detect him? Tae Bat asked. Probably not, we are not Mr. So. Tae That felt uneasy. He looked around, felt as if eyes from the dark aimed at him, ready to fire a bullet and end his life. I am a little scared. Tae Bat whispered. Me too. Chapter 1247, The Trap. On the Mist Island, they could only sense the arrival of the day, yet the blue sky and white clouds remained unseen. Ah. Van Han opened her eyes, rubbed her sore eyes, her confusion slowly fading. Go. Mr. So, good morning. Tae That greeted politely. Good morning. So Fong replied casually. Let's just eat something simple for breakfast. Van Han opened the water bag, inside the dry rations were not much left. How much food is left? So Fong stood up, stretched his body. Mine can last for 2 days. Van Han answered innocently. Same here. Tae That checked the supplies. Only 4 or 5 left. So Fong sighed. We must find something else to eat. Wild vegetables and shiitake mushrooms can help us last for months, but I still hope we can soon meet the rescue team. Van Han said hopefully. So Fong replied gently. It will be as you wish. After more than half an hour, the 4 of them set off again, more cautious this time, guarding against an ambush. So Fong pulled out the screen, 9 green dots slowly approaching, obviously under the order of the 3rd master. There are 2 rescue teams plus Mr. So, surely we will meet them soon. Tae Bat was excited. Do not be naive, other forces are also on the island, do not ignore that. So Fong reminded. Yes. Tae Bat answered seriously. Crack. So Fong frowned, danger surged, he pulled the girl back 2 steps, his hand striking the log rushing out of the fog. Boom. The log was repelled, so Fong's hand shook with pain. A trap. Tae That turned pale, drew his gun. So Fong, your hand is hurt. Van Han pulled his injured hand to check. It is nothing, just a scratch. So Fong comforted. He stayed calm on the surface, but in his heart-killing intent rose, for the log was embedded with sharp blades, careless contact would pierce the body. Luckily, his modified body with iron-like skin was not just for show, only his palm was cut. Do not cry, it is just a scratch. he reassured, unable to bear seeing her tears. The blade is so long, how can it be only a scratch? Van Han did not believe, hurriedly used hydrogen peroxide to clean. Sizzle! The liquid touched the wound, the sting spread, so Fong smiled bitterly but endured. After disinfection, the girl took gauze to wipe away blood, exposing the wound. Cough, band it now. So Fong reminded with 2 coughs. All right. Van Han quickly poured hemostatic powder, pressed gently. Does it hurt? She asked with care. A little. So Fong answered honestly. Liar, how can it hurt just a little? Van Han muttered, face red, then wrapped his hand with many layers of bandage. No need to exaggerate, it will heal soon. In this humid place, 2 tight bandages will delay healing. So Fong said, half laughing. Seems right. Van Han removed 2 layers, preventing his fist from swelling like a pot. That and Bat stayed alert for a while. Seeing no further danger, they relaxed and turned to ask. Mr. So, are you all right? Bat asked nervously. Not like it. Bat smiled awkwardly, but felt relieved, because if So Fong could still joke, then it was not serious. Should we stop to rest? That asked. No time, rest for 20 minutes then continue. So Fong said quietly. Is the wound really nothing? That worried. Do not worry, with one hand I can still beat you. So Fong smirked confidently. That I believe. That laughed shyly. So Fong looked at his left hand, then at the worried girl, sighed, the small wound would heal tomorrow. He went to the swinging log, touched the blade, its sharpness rivaled military knives, showing the cruelty of the enemy. He stroked the blade and asked. Do you recognize these knives? Let me see. That and Bat came to examine. No, this type is easy to buy in the market. That shook his head. Yes, I bought and used it before, very good as kitchen knives. Bat muttered. Really? Van Han's tension eased, curiosity grew. Yes, one cut can break ribs, with little strength. Bat smiled. Then let us buy 2 when we return. Van Han said innocently. So Fong twitched his mouth. How did the topic drift to kitchen knives? Cough, check the surroundings, watch your step, maybe more traps are here. So Fong ordered. So Fong, who do you think set this trap? Van Han asked. It could be the rescue team or outsiders. But most likely assassins, because the rescue teams were still fleeing, no time to set traps. Chapter 1248, Peril Upon Peril. All right, keep moving forward. So Fong nodded and led the way. Van Han quickly reminded, So Fong, be careful, there may be more dangers ahead. I know. So Fong replied with a smile. After half an hour, So Fong stopped again. Bat asked doubtfully, Mr. So, what is it? Be careful, someone has passed here. So Fong said in a low voice, observing the ground where traces of footsteps remained, poorly concealed. He muttered, the opponent has strong counter-tracking awareness. Got it. The 3 steadied themselves, using wooden sticks to probe the path. About 5 to 8 people, all taller than 1 meter 80. So Fong added. Amazing, just from footprints you know so much. That exclaimed. Slow down. So Fong warned again. He walked in front, every step cautious, as the terrain was carefully set up, with only a narrow path for one person. In such a place, traps were almost certain. Impressive, the enemy is also an expert. So Fong wondered who set such cruel traps. As he stepped forward, a sense of danger struck him. Dangers come endlessly. He took a breath, thrusting his stick onto the path. Crack! With a mechanical sound, a giant trap snapped shut, biting into the stick, sharp teeth embedded deeply. So Fong's face darkened, danger still looming. Heavens, that was terrifying. Van Han cried out, knowing a leg would be destroyed if caught. Such cruelty. Tay that gasped, thankful So Fong went first. But the danger remained. More? He took Van Han's stick and prodded ahead, another trap triggered. Another one. Van Han gnashed her teeth, furious at the enemy. From now on, follow me closely and stay careful. So Fong ordered. But you must stay safe too. Van Han bit her lip. I will. He nodded, prying open the trap with his knife before continuing. Are we getting close to those outsiders? Tay Bat whispered. So Fong thought, then answered, probably. Grass. His lips twitched, signaling the others to stop. Mr. So, what now? Tay Bat's heart raced, every halt meant trouble. So Fong ignored him, frowning as he observed. Van Han too furrowed her brows, worried, scanning for anomalies. Finally, So Fong's eyes fell on the ground ahead, where a thin transparent wire was hidden. Following it, he pushed aside grass, revealing a dark green bomb. Truly vicious. His face stayed calm, but killing intent surged. He carefully dug it out, loosening the wire to avoid detonation. Mr. So, be careful. Tay that urged. Relax, without pulling the pin, it's fine. He waved, danger fading. So Fong, maybe we should change the path, this place is too dangerous. Van Han said. It's all right, I will not let you be harmed. His gentle voice soothed. But Van Han shook her head, serious. No, I fear you will be hurt. Don't worry, I won't. He said with confidence. Van Han glanced at his left arm, where old scars lingered. Cough, that was just an accident. He chuckled. Van Han pressed her lips, silent. Be good. He sighed, moving on. Suddenly Van Han said, So Fong, I suddenly feel that 8 million is not much. I know, let's talk tomorrow. He smirked. Third master will bleed again. Tay that and Tay Bat exchanged looks. The mountain road grew harder, steep climbs and descents, sometimes crossing cliffs 3 or 4 meters high. Time passed, they rested for half an hour, eating rations to regain strength. It is already 3 o'clock. Van Han checked her phone, only 5% battery left. Hold on, when night falls we will rest. So Fong reassured. Tay that and Tay Bat stayed silent, since the girl spoke, they had no complaints. They longed to see their brother again. The four moved on, until dark without more dangers. They breathed easier, yet tension remained, for silence meant hidden threats. All right, let's gather firewood. Tay that said. All right, don't worry. Tay Bat grinned. Be careful. Van Han scolded. As you command. Tay that saluted. Then the two entered the forest to collect wood, fading into the dim night. Chapter 1249, Defusing Mines. So Fong, are you really worried too? Van Han tugged at So Fong's hand. Nothing will happen. So Fong smiled calmly. Van Han nodded, then spread out the waterproof cloth and placed the supplies on it to keep them dry. 10 minutes passed, 20 minutes passed. Why are they not back yet? Van Han turned on the flashlight, shining toward the direction Tay that had gone. Could he be lost again? So Fong sighed, stood up and said, Come, let's go look. All right. Van Han quickly stood, unlocked the safety, ready just in case. Crack. So Fong held the flashlight, following traces on the ground. Look, So Fong. Van Han pointed ahead, where a pile of firewood lay, likely gathered by Tay that and Tay Bat. Tay that, can you hear? So Fong called. We are here. A shout came from not far away. The flashlight beam swept past, revealing Tay that and Tay Bat. Van Han panted, How are you two? Ah, sorry, the flashlight lost power. That smiled awkwardly. You can still laugh? Bat scowled, frozen stiff. What happened? So Fong sensed something wrong and asked. There are mines under our feet. That said bitterly, they only came to collect firewood, but stepped on mines. Mines under your feet? Van Han gasped, then asked, wait, on TV mines explode when stepped on, how are you still fine? Bat explained, this is a new type, it does not explode when pressed, only when released. They even buried mines here. So Fong frowned, how did they know people would come? Mr. So, go quickly, mines are not easy to destroy. That said seriously. Shut up, hold still. So Fong snapped, angered at the situation. So Fong. Van Han worried. Should we ask Third Master to send an expert? Bat suggested. So Fong shook his head, no need, leave it to me. But this is my first time practicing. So Fong smirked. Sir, better let Third Master send someone. That pleaded, wanting to live. Yes, we know the way out, they could drop experts by helicopter. Bat added. You do not trust me? So Fong narrowed his eyes, arms folded. No, we trust you. That shook his head quickly. Oof. So Fong sneered, dialing Third Master. Hello? Chan Nin's voice sounded. It's me, So Fong. His tone was cold. What is it, good news or bad news? Chan Nin was stunned, unsure how to respond. That and Bat sweated nervously, praying, So Master, please call the bomb squad. Ahem, speak. Chan Nin regained composure. I am calling to complain. So Fong's words stunned everyone. Complain? About who? Chan Nin asked. So Fong glared at that and Bat, you only sent these two, are you dragging me down? Chan Nin cursed them silently. They even stepped on mines while collecting wood, are they not burdens? So Fong said flatly. Mines. Chan Nin's voice rose. Yes, each on one, they are still standing frozen. So Fong put the phone before that and Bat. Sorry, Third Master. That said awkwardly. Truly mines? Chan Nin asked, shocked. Yes, new backward triggered type. That did not dare move. Chan Nin was silent again. Still there? So Fong asked. I will send experts at once, hold on. Chan Nin said firmly. I can defuse them, you know that. So Fong said as if it were nothing. Are you serious, you know how? Chan Nin was stunned. So Fong shrugged, it's not hard. Again silence. He finally said coldly, Mr. So, these are 2 lives, do not joke. He paused, then added, right, today we also found 2 traps and a bomb, now 2 more mines. So Fong replied. The reward rises to 10 million, but if they die, not a penny. Chan Nin warned. Tisk, fine. So Fong ended the call, looked at that and Bat, and teased, you are worth a lot. 10 million. Chapter 1250, The Rescue. Chi-Chi's face darkened, pleadingly he looked at the young girl. Trust So Fong, without him no one could. N.K. Van Han held her hand firmly, her face full of trust. Still trembling? Then be buried together. So Fong slapped down on Chi-Chi's shaking leg. Ah! Chi-Chi quickly calmed himself, gritting his teeth not daring to move. The landmine was flat and round, its 1-centimeter fuse had been stepped on, only waiting to rebound to explode. So Fong thought for a moment and decided to use the simplest way to defuse it. Mr. So, what are you going to do? Chi-Chi asked in despair, now he could only rely on So Fong. Wait, you will know soon. So Fong did not explain, he began untying Chi-Chi's shoe. He fully loosened the laces, pulled out the long tongue, then pressed the waterproof upper high, speaking in a deep voice, "Pull your foot out, slowly. Rest assured, no problem." So Fong said confidently. "All right." Chi took a deep breath, slowly pulled his foot away from the mine. A simple action of removing a shoe became extremely difficult. Chi strained to arch his foot to lessen the pressure. Van Han and Ba watched anxiously, palms sweating, worry filled their hearts. Hoo! Finally safe, Chi pulled his foot free, stepped back 2 steps, as if returning from the gate of death. "So Fong, what about the mine?" Van Han asked nervously. "Bring a big stone here." So Fong commanded. The mine could not be removed, the activated fuse was too dangerous, even losing balance would trigger it. "Here is one." Chi quickly found a big stone, about 50 or 60 jin. "Press it down." So Fong said calmly. "Press on the mine?" Chi froze. "Otherwise on your grave?" So Fong replied coldly. "Then on the mine." Chi laughed awkwardly, carefully placed the stone on the shoe. Slowly. So Fong lay down observing, also alert behind. Very good, it did not trigger. The stone pressed down, the fuse had no chance to rebound, the vibration was less than 1/10 centimeter. Done. So Fong breathed out, slowly released, stepped back 2 steps, the mine stayed silent. Who? Everyone except Ba sighed in relief, at last one was saved. "Do not relax, still me," Ba said bitterly. "All right, how could I forget you?" So Fong smiled, then repeated the method to rescue Ba. "Move slowly, do not be nervous," he reminded. "Okay." Ba held his breath, slowly withdrew his foot. After 5 or 6 minutes, another stone pressed down, the second mine was dealt with, Ba was also saved. "Almost died here." Ba exhaled, bowed deeply to So Fong in thanks. "I am not dead yet, do not bow." So Fong curled his lips. "Mr. So, this life-saving grace cannot be repaid," Chi said seriously. "It can be, you understand." So Fong smiled. Chi and Ba were embarrassed, quickly laughed, "Understand, we will repay." "All right, pack up and leave, these 2 mines must be detonated, lest they harm others." So Fong waved, sending them ahead. "So Fong, how will you detonate?" Van Han worried. "Smash with stone." So Fong said bluntly, picking up a stone of 20 or 30 jin, tossing it in his hand. This scene left Chi tongue-tied. Was the stone Fong? "Do not make it look so easy, I might think I can do it too," Ba muttered. "Then be careful." Van Han knew persuasion was useless, she warned softly then left first. "All right." Her voice drifted in the thick mist. So Fong tossed the stone, muscles bulging, one eye closed, he hurled it like a cannonball, accurately striking the rock pressing the mine. Boom! A loud blast erupted, then another, flames flashed then vanished, mist gathered again, night returned silent. So Fong waited, behind came footsteps, the girl with Chi and Ba returned. "So Fong, are you all right?" Van Han asked anxiously. His vision was excellent, even in dark he saw clearly. The mines had exploded, the huge rocks above blown apart, one even shattered in 2. So Fong checked carefully, nothing left, then left. Van Han waited, seeing him return she sighed in relief. "Let us go, it is done." So Fong held the girl's hand, smiling warmly. "That is good." Van Han finally relaxed, in her heart she cursed the mines thousands of times, even calling their ancestors to tea. The 4 returned, along the way collecting logs back. Chapter 1251, Thinking of Him? Taysher proactively added more wood to the campfire. Van Han happily relaxed, shrugged, then ate dry rations to fill her stomach, quickly driving away hunger. The wood caught fire, the flames replaced the flashlight, lighting up the surroundings. After half an hour, the 4 finished eating and discussed the next step. Mr. So, shall we continue west? Tay Shur asked. Well, seems like no other choice. Tay Shur laughed awkwardly, all clues now pointed west. But the road ahead is more dangerous. Tay-ba said worriedly. Can't the first rescue team save them? So Fong frowned. Tay-ba quickly said, no, Tay-tam and the others must still be rescued. That's not it. So Fong shrugged, was danger enough to stop? He gently patted the girl's head, softly urged, enough, today we are tired, rest early, I will keep watch. Fine. Van Han pouted, leaning against So Fong and closing her eyes. Good girl. His large hand lifted a smile. Tay Shur and Tay Ba exchanged glances, lay down, ready to relieve So Fong at midnight. Mr. So, why didn't you call us to switch guard? Tay Shur woke up confused. I did, you just couldn't wake up. So Fong lied with open eyes. How come I didn't know? Tay Shur muttered, I have no memory at all. NK books. I don't remember either, did you really call? Tay Ba frowned, I never sleep so deeply. So Fong, you didn't call at all, right? Van Han asked firmly. Staying awake all night, aren't you tired? Van Han frowned. Not at all, now I feel even more awake than you. So Fong poked the girl's soft cheek. How can that be? Van Han widened her eyes, So Fong looked radiant, unlike someone sleepless. Youth. So Fong laughed. Tay Shur and Tay Ba fell silent, no matter how young, a sleepless night still tires. Still, you should be careful. Van Han said. Alright, let's eat breakfast then set out early. So Fong changed the subject. Okay. The three replied, eating dry food. After over 20 minutes, they packed up and set out again. Elsewhere, in the garden of House 7, Jinghai City. Tay Vai Ding came downstairs after waking, washed quickly, and began morning training in the yard. The sun was high, it was 9 o'clock. Upstairs, the window opened, Tay Xiao leaned on the sill, called, Morning, up so early again. 9 is early too, I'm free today. Tay Xiao lazily said. Not supervising work today? Tay Vai Ding wiped sweat with a towel. No, just let them follow the design, unsatisfied then redo. Tay Xiao replied carelessly. She was working with So Fong to renovate the dining room, the design was just completed yesterday, today the decoration team started. Tay Vai Ding pursed lips, hung the towel, went inside. Vai Ding, do you miss him? Tay Xiao walked down in pajamas. Tay Vai Ding stayed silent, tilted head to drink a large glass of salt water that Madame Zhang had prepared. Don't stay silent. Tay Xiao sat down on the sofa. You haven't trained in the morning for long. Tay Vai Ding glanced, since returning from Misty Island she had been lazy. Let me rest a few days, when So Fong returns, I will train with him, progress will be fast. Tay Xiao chuckled, maybe I'll surpass you. She was confident, even though So Fong said it was difficult, she still wanted to try. Not awake yet? Tay Vai Ding frowned, suspecting she was dreaming. Don't you believe me? Tay Xiao pouted. With your state now, hard to convince anyone. Tay Vai Ding said calmly. I'll try, tomorrow I'll train. Tay Xiao said seriously, though not convincing. Tay Vai Ding shrugged, showing wait and see. News of Tay Vai Ding's incident was suppressed, not spreading online, only in small circles, some still unaware she was rescued. Tay Vai Ding stopped walking, after many days at home she was almost moldy. Hot pot. Tay Vai Ding casually said. Okay, I'll ask Madame Zhang to prepare. Tay Xiao muttered. No need, today Ting Yu and the girls come. Tay Vai Ding spoke softly. Such close friendship. Tay Xiao replied while scrolling phone. Tay Vai Ding went to bathe. Ding dong. The doorbell rang, Madame Zhang hurried. It's Miss Ting Yu. As Tai Vai Ding said, if it was Wu Tingyu, the door opened wide. I came to join breakfast. Wu Tingyu and Lin Lu entered, carrying many bags of vegetables and meat. Let me carry those. Madame Zhang received them. They were fresh ingredients for hot pot, hard to get. Morning. Tai Xiao Xiao waved. Where is Vai Ding? Wu Tingyu asked. Okay. Wu Tingyu sat on the sofa. Chapter 1252, Transfer Hospital. Tai Vai Din came out of the bathroom wiping her hair. After washing off the sweat, her body emitted fragrance again. Come eat breakfast, I am hungry. No Tin Noyet stood up, took her hand and pulled her to the table. You can eat first. Tai Vai Din spoke softly. How could that be? No Tin Noyet sat down, picked up a bun and bit a large mouthful, without the slightest ladylike image. Tai Tiu Tiu walked in with slippers, first drank a sip of hot milk, then picked up a bun. That single track, is the sales good? Tai Vai Din asked gently. That is good. She nodded. Oof. Tai Tiu Tiu pouted, thinking, you bought 10,000 copies yourself, of course it is good. Tai Vai Din glanced, the other kept silent. I think about releasing an album again, invite So Fong to sing together, then it will sell better. No Tin Noyet calculated. So Fong probably will not agree. Lam Lo said. No Tin Noyet smiled lightly, this matter is for you, you are the agent, persuade him. Still time to resign now? Lam Lo's face darkened. Forget it, So Fong has no time to record with you, and he must run promotions, I think he will not like it. Lam Lo persuaded. Maybe not, convince Van Han first, then So Fong is no problem. No Tin Noyet smiled mysteriously. You are really bad. Lam Lo curled lips, swallowed bun. Enough of this. No Tin Noyet put down the glass, she was already full. Cling. Who sent message so early? She picked up phone and opened chat. Seeing the sender, she exclaimed, Ah, Waimong. What did she say? Tai Vai Din asked. Let me call video. No Tin Noyet connected. Soon, Lu Waimong's face appeared. Ah, wait. She hurried to move phone farther, letting half body in frame. Have you eaten breakfast? No Tin Noyet turned phone, showing Chao Jia and Tai Vai Din. Already full, good morning Vai Din Jia, Chao Jia. Lu Waimong waved smiling. Good morning. Tai Vai Din nodded. Where is Why Thursday? Lam Lo asked. Sister is helping mother wipe body. NK books. Lu Waimong explained. Right, what is matter? No Tin Noyet guided. She explained briefly. After more than 10 minutes, Lu Waimong widened eyes, dissatisfied, why did you not tell me such thing? Do not be angry, at that time Aunt was still in hospital, you had to take care so we did not say, afraid you distracted. No Tin Noyet explained. Sorry. Tai Vai Din said softly. Vai Din Jia, I do not blame you, I just worried. Lu Waimong hurried to say. I know. Tai Vai Din nodded, she understood the other. How is your injury now? Lu Waimong asked with care. Completely healed. Tai Vai Din's stretched arm that had been hurt, now only a faint scar remained, applying ointment. That is good, so Fong still not out? Lu Waimong asked. Not yet, according to third uncle news, still need time. Tai Vai Din said warmly. Could it be dangerous? Lu Waimong still worried. In truth she did not know, third uncle's recent news was all no progress, only said all safe. Fine, if any news must tell me first, cannot hide from me again. Lu Waimong said seriously. Alright, promise. Tai Vai Din nodded. No need, Aunt still needs you. No Tin Noyet added. No problem, we plan discharge, transfer to sanatorium, go to Qinghai City even better. Lu Waimong waved, my mother's illness needs time, after surgery recovery is long. I will arrange. Te Vai Din said, then looked to Hui Shu. Leave to me. Hui Shu nodded, taking phone to call contacts. Sorry to trouble. Lu Waimong felt embarrassed. No matter, I also miss you. Te Vai Din smiled faintly, stay at my house then. Ah, that not proper, I must be nanny for So Fong. Lu Waimong half joking. So Fong's villa is right behind my house, walking less than 2 minutes. Te Vai Din said. Ah, so near. Then we can often pass door. Lu Waimong's eyes lit up. Yes, waiting for you. Te Vai Din smiled. Good, I arrange immediately. Lu Waimong excited. Who are you chatting with? Voice of Lu Wai Thursday came. With Vai Din Jia and others. Lu Waimong answered. Hello all. Lu Wai Thursday. Entered frame, face looked tired. Why Thursday, lately you sleep poorly, dark circles. No Tin Noi yet observed. Just last night did not sleep well, nothing serious. Lu Wai Thursday said gently. Cannot, must take care body, come with me to Kin Hai City to do beauty. No Tin Noi yet said firmly. Go to Kin Hai City? Lu Wai Thursday was surprised. Sister, we plan transfer hospital to sanatorium, I checked, in Kin Hai City is best, so we go there. Lu Waimong explained. Really? Lu Wai Thursday still doubtful. Chapter 1253, Not an Ordinary Person. Lu Wai Thursday glanced at her younger sister and nodded, then let's go to Kin Hai City. Lu Waimong smiled. Come a little earlier. No Tin Noi yet said gently. All right. Lu Wai Thursday smiled and nodded. Lu Waimong pushed her face to the camera, reminding again, if there is news of So Fong, you must tell me first. All right, definitely. No Tin Noi yet made an okay gesture. Good, I will wait for you. Te Vai Din smiled. Mua Lu Waimong blew a kiss, then laughed and ended the video. No Tin Noi yet put away the phone, finished the last sip of soy milk, and wiped her mouth with tissue. I wonder how So Fong is now. Lam Lo whispered. All right. Te Vai Din nodded, dialing Te Chan Nin with the satellite phone. Toot toot. After a few seconds, the call connected, Te Chan Nin's voice came, Vai Din? It is me. Te Vai Din calmly replied. How is it? Te Chan Nin asked. Te Vai Din quickly asked, how is So Fong? Hearing that, she frowned, feeling uneasy, the third uncle's voice was not the same as usual. Eh? Te Chan Nin sounded doubtful. Speak truth. Te Vai Din's voice was cold. Te Chan Nin secretly suffered, this niece was too sharp. I am not a fool. Te Vai Din said calmly. Te Chan Nin still struggled, they are not in danger of life. Te Vai Din put the chopsticks down, if you do not tell, I will find you myself. All right, you win. Te Chan Nin helplessly explained, So Fong indeed is not in danger, only met some trouble on the road, but already solved. What trouble? Te Vai Din frowned. It is? Te Chan Nin wanted to find excuse. I do not like lies, you know me. Te Vai Din coldly said. All right, there are outsiders on the island who set traps, making them some troubles. Te Chan Nin sighed. Animal traps. And what else? Bombs. Continue. Mines. More? No more, really no more. Te Chan Nin cried bitterly. Oh my, why are there bombs and mines? No Tin Noi yet exclaimed. Lam Lo said nervously, that is too dangerous. So exciting, if I knew I would not return. Te Tiu Tiu's eyes sparkled. Arrange plane, I go now. Te Vai Din said coldly. Do not, they are safe, the mines are also resolved. Tae Chan Nin hurriedly stopped. Resolved? Tae Vi Din was stunned. Yes, So Fong dismantled. Tae Chan Nin nodded. He also disarms mines? Tae Vi Din blinked. Yes, is it not surprising? Books. I also felt strange. What in this world does he not know? Tae Chan Nin rambled. This is So Fong. Tae Vi Din said involuntarily. Tae Chan Nin choked silent. No Tin Noyet and others were also stunned, staring at Tae Vi Din. What? Tae Vi Din looked indifferent, not feeling wrong. Nothing, just stay in villa and wait, do not go. When So Fong returns, let him find you, okay? Tae Chan Nin persuaded. He continued, So Fong has been on the island more than 10 days, now if you go, cannot catch up. Let helicopter directly drop. Tae Vi Din narrowed eyes. The terrain of Misty Island is complex, helicopters going in are dangerous, may crash. Tae Chan Nin tried to stop. So useless. Tae Vi Din sat down, the thought of going to island wavered. Tae Chan Nin had headache, knowing she only used excuses. You must trust So Fong, I already raised payment to 10 million yuan, will not treat him poorly. Tae Chan Nin said hoarsely. So little? Tae Vi Din tapped finger on table. Dear aunt, 10 million yuan is much. Tae Chan Nin almost rolled eyes. Very much? Tae Vi Din asked. Not much, really little. No Tin Noyet lied. Tae Chan Nin felt his teeth aching, why family always cited outside. He bitterly asked, then how much you think suitable? More than 10 million. Tae Vi Din said blandly. Tae Chan Nin breathed deep, thinking must bring heart medicine next time. 20 million. He bargained. 30 million. Tae Chan Nin gritted. I will pay. Tae Vi Din said calmly. Tae Chan Nin weakly said, all right, then 20 million. Though unwilling, thinking if for So Fong, he felt unworthy. Good. Tae Vi Din was satisfied, also gave up island idea. She frowned again, what about more than 10 million? What? Bad signal, cannot hear, I hang up. Tae Chan Nin quickly hung up, fearing continued talk would disadvantage. Well done. No Tin Noyet smiled, thumbs up. When So Fong returns, make him treat meal. Tae Tiu Tiu teased. Lam Lo whispered, I only hope they return safely. They will, So Fong is not ordinary. No Tin Noyet smiled. Chapter 1254, Stimulated. So Fong and his group woke up, had breakfast, then continued on their way. I hope the road ahead will be easier. Tae Bat prayed sincerely. I hope so too. Van Han said innocently. So Fong suddenly said, I fear you will be disappointed. Ah, why do you say that? Van Han blinked her eyes in confusion, did you find something new? Do you not notice, the land is rising gradually? So Fong asked softly. I did not. Tae That and Tae Bat exchanged glances, then shook their heads. Exactly as I thought. So Fong continued, since yesterday the land has been rising slowly, if I am not mistaken, ahead is a great mountain. Could Tae Tam and the others have gone up the mountain? Tae That said seriously, if they truly went up, the search difficulty would increase. Quite possible, we will know soon. So Fong was unsure. Then let us continue forward. Van Han said brightly. By the moss that had been stepped on, they could tell how long ago the tracks were left. After being pressed down, the moss would collapse, after a time it would grow back. The four slowed their pace, because of the rising land. After half an hour, a dark shadow appeared ahead, it was a towering mountain, its peak hidden by thick mist. They really went up the mountain. Tae That said gravely, seeing the tracks climb upward. Suddenly Tae That said, Mr. So, I suggest we contact the two rescue teams together first, otherwise if we enter the mountain it will be hard to meet again. Indeed, they had gone off course. The Great Mountain was southwest. The two teams, if they came, would be on the other side. To meet, they would have to enter or go around. Very troublesome. So Fong opened his screen device, calculated, and said, by their pace, they will only arrive here at noon tomorrow. All right, then tell Tam Master. So Fong nodded and gave him the satellite phone. While they spoke, So Fong sat beside the girl, gently massaging her ankle to help her relax. I am not tired. Van Han blushed and whispered. Then rest, your hand is still not healed. Van Han dropped her chess piece and said. The wound has closed. So Fong held her hand, squeezed the bandage. Do not play around, it cannot be that fast. Van Han slapped his hand, quickly pulling away. It is true, if you do not believe, untie it and see. So Fong smiled bitterly. I will see. Van Han nodded hesitantly. The bandage was unwrapped layer by layer, the wound had closed, only a 2-centimeter scar remained, partly peeling. Ah, healed so fast. Van Han was stunned, gently touched the scar. In her shocked eyes, the scab fell, the wound neat and smooth. Strong healing ability, that is all. So Fong smiled awkwardly. Is that so? Van Han murmured. So Fong sighed with relief, finally could discard the bandage. If not afraid of her suspicion, he would have removed it last night. That ended the call and returned. Tam Master agreed, and urged the rescue teams to hurry. Then we wait here. So Fong nodded. That looked strange, as if hesitating. Speak your mind, do not hold back. So Fong said. That coughed then said, Tam Master also raised your reward to 20 million yuan. What? So Fong froze, then asked, was he stimulated? I think so too. That agreed. Why double the reward? Van Han exclaimed, NK book. As long as it does not decrease, it is fine. So Fong shrugged. Strange, are you not curious? Van Han looked at him. So Fong smiled, asked, if I am not curious, are you? Not really. Van Han mumbled. She pouted, poking his side. Fine, I will ask. So Fong laughed, dialed Tam Master. Hey! The other answered quickly. What is with the reward? So Fong asked. Goodbye. Tam Master said, then hung up. Beep beep beep. Nian heard the busy tone, stunned. What did he say? Van Han asked. Just nonsense, not important. So Fong said flatly. Oof. Van Han scolded. Suddenly the phone rang again. Tam Master called back. Answer quickly, maybe he will explain. Van Han urged. So Fong smiled, answered. The raised reward was Lady Vi Din's request, do not think too much. Tam Master said, then hung up. Lady Vi Din asked? This time Van Han also heard, because he spoke loudly. Vi Din asked. So Fong murmured thoughtfully. So the young lady interfered, no wonder. Bat realized. Is that normal? Van Han asked. Of course, Mr. So is her master, the disciple helps the master gain benefit, very normal. That replied. Sounds reasonable. Van Han nodded, unable to refute. Chapter 1255, Hope to Survive. On a deserted island, halfway up a mountain lies a cave where 4 people hide, 3 men and 1 woman. If Chi were here, he would recognize them. Cheng Gang, how is your wound? The speaker was Chi San, the eldest among them, 29 years old, with short hair less than 1 centimeter long, looking resolute. The injured one was Chung Gang, the youngest, only 21, with a face still carrying youth. Now he was pale, lips trembling, showing severe blood loss. His thigh was wounded in a fight with outsiders, the wound already infected. I am fine. Chang Gang gritted his teeth. Shi Lu looked tense, whispering, "Your voice does not sound fine." "Haha, I am not dead yet." Chang Gang forced a bitter smile. The cave was pitch dark, no one could see his wound. "You will be fine, rescue should come soon." Shi Si spoke with a choked voice, holding back tears. "Perhaps." Chang Gang sighed, but would rescue really arrive? The island was unknown, covered in mist, satellite phone lost, no tracker. A rescue team finding this place was not easy. The mist on the mountainside smothered any hope of survival. "It will be fine, it must be fine." Shi Si wept, covering her mouth. "Xiao Si, do not cry." Chang Gang panicked, coughing. "Shu, lower your voice." Shi San warned, "The enemy may be nearby, do not be careless." Chang Gang covered his mouth, trying to comfort Shi Si. "I am fine." She inhaled, swallowing tears. Crying now was useless. Control emotions, too much turmoil drains spirit. Shi San said deeply. "Yes." Shi Si replied. "Xiao Si, you are strong, but you need more control of feelings." Shi San said with some pity but still admonished. Shi Si was 22, young but powerful, hence the name. "All right." She nodded firmly. Suddenly, crack, a branch snapped outside. Crack, something moved closer with heavy breathing. Huff huff. Likely a wild boar. Shi San exhaled, recognizing the sound. "Maybe they have not caught up yet." Shi Lu murmured. "Not certain, be cautious." Shi San instructed. "Yes." They answered softly. Shi San's tone eased. "Good, rest now, we leave at dawn." Cheng Gang clenched teeth, leaning against the wall. The cave reeked of rot and strange odors. Sleep crept in, mind blurred, eyes closing. Ajia and Xiaoji were once in the team, but Ajia had been shot by outsiders, Xiaoji's fate unknown. The team once had 5, but Xiaoji stayed behind to slow the pursuers. Silence fell, each missed their comrades, the air heavy. "Ajia is dead, can Xiaoji survive?" Shi Si whispered. The rest stayed silent, knowing survival was slim. AI. Shi San sighed, "Do not think too much, survive first." "Chang Gang?" Shi San frowned, whispering, "Did you fall asleep?" "He must be exhausted." Shi Lu guessed. "Something is wrong." Shi Si gasped. "Chang Gang, wake up." Shi San moved closer, touching his face. He was still. Shi San felt his forehead, burning hot, then checked his breath. "He has a fever, wound infected." Shi San's voice was low. "We have no medicine, what now?" Shi Lu panicked, coming closer. "We have no water either." Shi Si cried, helplessness consuming her. "No water, no medicine, nothing could be done." "We can do nothing." Shi San sighed, aged years. "Helpless." Shi Lu murmured, throat dry. "Will he die?" Shi Si asked through tears. "That depends if his will is strong enough." Shi San stayed calm. "If his will is strong?" Shi Si pressed. "Xiao Si." Shi San sighed, patting her shoulder. "Is there really no other way?" Shi Si persisted. "Give up, no water, no medicine, we are helpless." Shi San's tone was harshly real. Click clack. Shi San said firmly, "Do not cry, save strength, or you will not last." "I cannot hold it in." Shi Si sobbed. "No, I want to stay with everyone." She shook her head. "No, you must survive, the master is waiting for you to return." Shi San urged. Chapter 1256, Surely Possible. Tai Tam lowered his voice calmly, "Tai Tu, do not be willful, this cannot be done." "It can, there must be a way." Tai Tu shook her head, her high-tied hair falling loose, making her appear fiercer. Tam gripped her shoulders, forcing her to stay clear-headed. Then he said firmly, "No, those people are like hounds chasing us, acting together means death." Tatu cried loudly, her small body trembling, despair filling her heart. "Be quiet." Tam said helplessly. Tatu's emotions were slipping out of control. If she survived, she would need special training. "Sorry, I cannot control it." Tatu tried, covering her mouth. Tam softened his tone. "Be good, listen, tomorrow you must go down the mountain first, wait for Tam Master to come save us." "This is an order," Tam commanded. Tears streamed down Tatu's face. "It is decided, tomorrow at dawn we set out," Tam declared. In such times one must be strong. Tatu bit her lip, unable to resist. She did not want everyone to die here. "Tam, let you go out instead," she said hesitantly. "No, I must stay." Tam shook his head, speaking firmly. "Tam Master knows you best, be obedient." Tatu sobbed and lowered her head. "Yes." She nodded, the cave quieted, only rough breaths remained. Time passed slowly. At dawn the next day, sunlight shone on Mist Island, driving away darkness. Trin Quang had fainted, unconscious, his life force weakening. "I will carry him." Luke turned, lifting Trin Quang onto his back. "Do not waste your strength," Tam said coldly. "Tam, I cannot, I will not abandon him." Luke's calm tone allowed no rebuttal. Tam paused, then gave a sorrowful smile, shaking his head. "As you wish." Tam turned back, ordering, "Little two, wait here, when we lure the outsiders away, find a chance to go down the mountain." "Third brother, Tatu tried to speak, but seeing his bloodshot eyes, words stuck in her throat. "Be good, do not fuss," Tam soothed. "I will bring people back, you must hold on." Tatu nodded hard, tears falling again. "Do not cry, you will go blind." Tam smiled and nodded. Then he hardened. "Go, keep climbing." "Yes," Luke answered, giving Tatu an encouraging look before stepping out first. Tam followed, erasing tracks outside the cave, then leaving new ones pointing uphill. Tatu hugged her knees, listening outside. She felt pitiful and helpless. After some time, voices sounded. Another male voice said, "Nonsense, of course pursue, the order is to capture them all." "Good, I am not done playing," said a third voice. "Heh, they are weak, next time I will aim at their heads," said a fourth voice. Tatu's face changed, she recognized the one who injured Trin Quang. She clenched her teeth, making no sound. The voices faded, silence returned. Tatu rose, stepped out, then halted, not going further. After more than 20 minutes, voices came again. "Seems they are not here. Hiding on a mountain like this, the leader must be a fool. Stop talking, hurry and chase." "Yes." Tatu's face turned pale, feeling relieved. To be safe, she waited half an hour more before leaving. She glanced up the mountain, then bit her lip and ran down. Running, she touched the pistol at her waist, only one bullet remained. She ran hard, but tripped on a root, falling and scraping her face, blood flowing. Time passed, she kept running down, tears almost blinding her. "Do not cry, Tam and the others will be fine," she told herself. But no hope appeared. After more than an hour, she fell again, heart racing, face pale, each breath burning. Helpless, she stopped to rest, lying on the ground to breathe. Her mouth was dry, craving water, yet none remained. Gurgle. Her stomach growled. After lying a while, she sat up, searching for wild greens, not caring about dirt, just stuffing her belly, even with sand she swallowed. Crunch. She bit grit, shuddered, yet swallowed. She ate a bit, easing her throat and regaining strength. Gurgle. Tatu swallowed the bitter greens. Wiped her mouth, took a deep breath, and continued down. You can do it, third brother is waiting for you. Chapter 1257, A Coincidence? So Fong and Van Han sat close together, bored and restless, fingers idly stroking the sniper rifle. Mr. So, the two rescue teams still have not arrived? Tay that stepped forward to ask. Let me check. So Fong pulled out the flat screen, lit it up. The green and red dots were almost overlapping. Seems like they are right nearby. Van Han leaned over to look. So Fong stroked his chin and said, yes, relax. Good. Tay that and Tay Bat finally felt relieved. Time passed slowly. Half an hour later footsteps echoed from the west. So Fong stood up at once, lifted his gaze, felt no danger and judged it must be the rescue team. Sister Second, Third Master said they are just ahead. A surprised voice came through the thick fog. Increase speed, Third Master has urged twice already. A cold female voice sounded. Yes. Many voices replied in unison. That is Sister Second's voice. Tay Bat's eyes lit up. Sister Second is here. Tay that also grew spirited. Sister Second was Tay Ni, an ice beauty, 26 years old, unmarried. Finally arrived. So Fong exhaled and stretched. Ah, Sister Second, there are people speaking ahead. On guard. The cold voice of Tay Ni commanded. Woof woof woof. Ah, Tay Ni and Tay Tam come out. A panicked male voice rang. It turned out Tay Ni and Tay Tam were rescue dogs, light brown, looking like a mix of wolf and local dog. Tay Ni, no. Tay That's face changed, fearing they would be struck dead by So Fong. Ah! Van Han cried in alarm, hiding behind him. Poof! So Fong frowned and snorted coldly. At once the two dogs froze, then trembled, lying down with tails pressed low. Tay Ni! A group rushed out of the fog, the second rescue team, stunned by what they saw. Eh? They stared dumbly at the two prostrate dogs, confused. Sister Second, Brother Ninth. Tay That and Tay Bat called joyfully. Tay That, Tay Bat. Tay Ni's face softened, she nodded. Brother Seven, Brother Eight, finally I see you again. Tay Q cheered, about to pounce. Calm down, don't be reckless. Tay That dodged, for Tay Q was tall at 1.96 m and over 200 caddies, built like a bear. Good. Tay Q laughed awkwardly, changing the pounce into a heavy pat on their shoulders, making both groan. So Fong and Van Han watched the team, and they watched back. It's me. So Fong frowned, reached out his hand. In real life not so different from on TV, really that strong? I think it's exaggeration, I could crush a group with one hand. Don't talk nonsense, that is the lady's master, don't offend him. True. The group whispered, unaware So Fong heard every word. One hand to crush a group? His mouth curled, memorizing the boastful man for later. Cough cough. Cough, pleased to meet. So Fong let go, face calm. Tay Ni scrutinized him closely. Do you need rest? He asked. Tay Ni withdrew her gaze, coldly said, yes, no rest today. I can see that. He nodded. She pressed her lips, then ordered, rest here, half an hour later we move. The crowd scattered, dug out some wild herbs to eat, for rations were gone and water too. Brother Seven, do you still have water? Tay Q asked softly. Still a little. Tay That quickly took out a kettle, 1/5 left. Brother Eight, you? Tay Q asked again. Only a bit. Tay Bat handed his kettle. Thanks, 1 sip each will do. Tay Q beamed, taking the water to distribute. Tay Ni hesitated but accepted, whispering, thanks. No water left. So Fong muttered. So Fong. Van Han tugged his sleeve. I know, there will be water. He pulled out the iron rod, preparing to draw the water-seeking array. What are you doing? Tay Ni asked curiously, sitting beside the girl. Finding water. Van Han answered innocently. Finding water? Drawing on the ground to find it, are you joking? She stared wide-eyed. Feels magical, doesn't it? Van Han chuckled. A bit, I don't believe. Taney said frankly, even suspecting he was a fraud. Wait and see. Van Han smiled. Mr. So was about to seek water again. Tay. Bat's eyes sparkled, hurrying over. Is it useful? Taney asked. Of course, last time our water was found this way. Tay-Bat nodded. Could it just be coincidence? She glared. He scratched his head, awkwardly said, maybe not. She understood, it was coincidence. Not so. Van Han pouted. No, certainly not. Tay-That grinned. Chapter 1258, Is So Fong a Fool? After more than 10 minutes, he stood with the iron staff at the water-seeking array. Van Han handed over a kettle to So Fong. Tig-dap. Water flowed along the metal rod into the ruins, then moved southward. This time he used much water, enough to measure direction and distance. To the south, 800 meters away. So Fong put away the staff and erased the marks with his foot. I will go with you. Tay-Bat stepped forward. Me too. Tay-That had already taken the kettle. All right, then let's go. So Fong checked the compass, 800 meters, a half-hour round trip. Taney thought, then called, Tay-Q, Tu-De, follow quickly. Okay. The named one stood up, gathered the kettles, and came before So Fong. Follow Mr. So's orders. Taney said coldly. All right. Tay-Q and Tu-De responded. They followed behind, glancing at each other with doubt. Tay-That and Tay-Bat were relaxed, since So Fong assured it. After more than 10 minutes, the sound of water reached their ears. Truly found water. Tay-Q was amazed. Could it be luck again? Tu-De whispered. Nonsense, it is strength. Tay-That glared. Yes, strength. Tu-De smiled awkwardly. 2 minutes later, a small stream appeared, crystal clear. Wonderful, we found water. Some were excited, filling kettles. Tay-Q reminded, be careful, don't make it muddy. Delicious, so cool. Tu-De drank, feeling alive. So Fong, you are amazing. Van Han blushed, relieved of water shortage. So magical. Another whispered. Let's return. So Fong washed his face, their kettles filled, bellies too. In such times, they did not care to boil. After more than 10 minutes, they returned to the foot of the mountain. Before Taney's amazed eyes, kettles full of water were set down. Truly 800 meters away? Taney frowned. Yes, southward 800 meters, a small stream, sweet water. Tay-Q chuckled. Taney gazed at So Fong, eyes flickering. What? So Fong frowned. Nothing. Taney looked away, feeling curious and doubtful. Clatter, clatter. The two rescue teams drank excitedly, most satisfied after days of thirst. Wait. Taney glanced at So Fong, he just returned, not rested. Have you rested enough? So Fong asked. Taney pressed lips, nodded, we can go. All right, this cannot delay, let's move. So Fong nodded, holding the girl's hand up the mountain. Follow. Taney ordered. Yes. The two teams rose quickly, carrying kettles. On the mountain, fog thickened, visibility only 3 or 4 meters. Stay close, don't fall behind. Tay-Q called. All right, don't worry. Someone laughed. Be serious. Taney said coldly. Yes. The group fell silent. Mr. So, should we call third master? Tay-That asked carefully. Do it! So Fong took out the satellite phone, dialed Tae Chan Nin, then handed it to Tae That. Tae That darkened, blaming himself. Hello? Tae Chan Nin's voice came. Third Master, it is me, Tae That. He said solemnly. What is it? Tae Chan Nin asked. Tae That explained, nothing major, just reporting, we joined with second sister, now climbing. Good, quickly find Tae Tuesday. Tae Chan Nin ordered. This, you should tell Mr. So. Tae That sighed, knowing So Fong was the pillar. Give phone to Tae Ni. Tae Chan Nin said after silence. Hello. Tae Ni answered coldly. Tae Chan Nin breathed, then said, command of 2 rescue teams is handed to So Fong, follow him. Yes. Tae Ni frowned but nodded. I know you resist, but he has field experience, endure it. Tae Chan Nin advised. Understood. Tae Ni raised eyes to So Fong, their gazes met. He silently looked away, ignoring. Now, give phone to So Fong, I will speak. Tae Chan Nin said. Mr. So, third master seeks you. Tae Ni called. What is it? So Fong held phone. Tae Chan Nin said, I handed command to you, must find Tae Tuesday. I will try. So Fong replied simply. Please. Tae Chan Nin sighed. No more, hang up. He ordered. So Fong smiled, obeyed. Command is yours, don't disappoint me. Tae Ni said. I hope not. So Fong smiled politely, holding the girl's hand to move on. Chapter 1259, Brainwashed? Deep in the mountains, So Fong walked with Van Han and Tae Ni in front, beside them were Tae Ni and Tae Tam, their noses sniffing constantly to lead the way. So Fong, are we not going the wrong way? Van Han tugged his sleeve, trusting his judgment more than the rescue dogs, even if it was irrational. So Fong gently replied, we are not lost, the footprints were treated but traces remain. That is good then. Van Han sighed in relief. Tae Ni glanced at her, lips pressed tight. The group climbed uphill, the slope steep, unlike the dense forest earlier, their pace slowed more with time. After more than 2 hours, So Fong halted and calmly said, rest now, your people are about to collapse. Tae Ni turned back, seeing Xiaoda and Xiaonan pale and sweating heavily. She thought for a moment, then nodded, yes. Rest here, stay alert. Tae Ni ordered. Yes. The group exhaled, sitting back to back. So Fong held the girl's helmet, not letting her remove it, be good, endure a bit more. Since entering the dangerous mountains, the helmet had to stay on for safety. All right. Van Han nodded obediently. She softly said, I am fine, not very tired. Tae Ni looked at her, puzzled why this delicate girl had more endurance than herself. Van Han, why is your stamina so strong? Tae That asked after steadying his breath. Tae That also looked over, the question long in his heart. Not really? Van Han blinked innocently, my stamina is not as good as So Fong. Tae That and Tae Bat almost choked. Compared with normal people maybe, but not with that monster. Yes. Van Han seemed thoughtful, finger under chin as if hesitating to speak. What is it? Their eyes lit up. Something like that. Tae That pursed his lips, surprised but convinced. So we must buy the course. Tae Bat nodded firmly. Buy a course? Tae Ni asked curiously. Martial arts and spear skills? Tae Ni raised her chin, calm, stronger than me? Tae That and Tae Bat exchanged looks, unsure how to answer. Hard to say? Tae Ni asked coldly. Should we tell the truth? Tae Bat asked cautiously. Do you dare deceive me? Tae Ni clenched her fist. I dare not. Tae Bat grimaced, closing his eyes, Mr. So is stronger. Really? Tae Ni was surprised, had they been brainwashed? Yes. Tay that whispered, Sister, Mr. So is very strong, his performance is real. Yes, sister should learn from him, 8,000 yuan per hour, very worthwhile. Tay Bat added. No. Tay that glared, shaking his head. Then you are brainwashed. Tay Ni concluded. Sister, NK Books. Tay that sighed. Brother, seeing is believing, stay calm. Tay Bat patted his shoulder. True. Tay that muttered. Mr. So, shall we spar? Tay Ni suddenly asked. She frowned, unwilling to let go. You are free now, right? So Fong finally looked up, calmly asked, Are you not tired? Then I have no interest. So Fong smiled faintly, neither soft nor hard. What would interest you? She asked. What is your relation to Vaidin? So Fong asked back. She was like a copy of Tay Vaidin. She is my direct leader. Tay Ni said calmly. Tay Ni pursed her lips, looking at his radiant face, annoyed. Was he lying? Van Han spoke. Sister, So Fong is tired, spar another day, at least after leaving this island. Sister. Tay Ni breathed deep, telling herself not to fuss. Being called sister felt nice. She turned, quietly looking at Tay That and Tay Bat. Cough, sister. Tay That rubbed his bruised thigh, forcing a smile. Sister, Van Han is right, finding Tay Tam matters more now. When we return, spar with me. Tay Ni said evenly. Spare me. Tay That's face sagged like a horse. What did you say? Tay Ni frowned. He shook his head quickly. Nothing. Good. She closed her eyes to rest. She will beat us like dogs. Maybe worse than a stray. Too miserable. They sighed together. What are you saying? She opened her eyes. Praising you. Tay That quickly covered. Sister, born beautiful, like a fairy, lotus blooming. Tay Bat rattled off. Shut up. Her lips twitched. These two were crazy. They fell silent, miming a zipper across their mouths. Chapter 1260, Unimaginable. Her body trembled, her waist tingled as if electricity coursed through. Yes, as you command. So Fong could not help but laugh. But mind the measure. Van Han scolded with a stern face. All right. So Fong nodded with a smile. Good. Van Han was satisfied. So Fong was helpless. Rustling sounds rose. His smile vanished, he looked up the mountain. What is it? Van Han asked. Someone is coming. So Fong stood up, hand on his pistol, thumb flicking off the safety. Really? TQ was alert, glancing at Teeny and T-Tam, but they did not move. Get down. So Fong's face changed, danger surged. Van Han instantly lay flat, T-That and T-Bat followed a moment later. Teeny froze, then snapped awake. Bang! A deafening gunshot, the ground before Teeny exploded, mud spattering, striking her face with stinging pain. She tried to lift her head, but a hand held it down. She tilted aside, but more shots rang, mixed with curses and screams. And Han knew it was hit, blood gushed from her shoulder, her face pale. So fond of ambush? So Fong's face was dark, he pulled up a sniper rifle. Teeny felt her head lighten, she looked up, and Han Nui had been dragged behind a tree by Tudi. The others scrambled for weapons but could not see the enemy. She turned to So Fong, saw him fire toward the mountain. Bang! The shot echoed, silence fell. He fired again, another bullet. The mountain fell completely quiet. Ah! And Han Nui screamed in pain. Sister Ni, she was shot. Tu cried. What do we do, will she die? The others panicked. And Dat, get here. Teeny ordered coldly. Yes. And Dat replied, rushing to Han Nui. He was a 27-year-old doctor for the rescue team. So Fong lowered his rifle, calm. The enemies are down, no need to panic. Van Han sighed, pulled up by him. Sir, so, is it over? That asked. Yes, bring the bodies. So Fong ordered. Yes. The two climbed the slope. Why fear the dead? So Fong asked lightly. Sister Ni, it is fine, we will be back soon. That pulled Bat into the mist. You? Ni frowned. So Fong smiled. Now I am commander. Understood. Ni recovered, turned to care for her comrade. Sister Ni, will I die? And Han Nuoi's lips trembled. Do not worry, you will not. Tu decomforted. Relax, do not tense. And Dad cut her clothing, revealing the wound. Blood kept flowing. He faltered. Do not stall, stop the blood. Someone urged. No, remove the bullet first. And Dad panicked. Then you remove it. TQ shoved him angrily. Heaven, a doctor afraid? TQ cursed. And Dat steadied. Fine, stop the blood first. He poured powder on the wound. Is it all right? So Fong asked. It is under control. And Dat sighed. We are back. That and Bat returned, carrying two bodies and camouflage rifles in hand. So Fong, I am fine, I can adapt. Van Han patted his hand. Truly fine? He worried. Yes, I will grow. They tried to kill us, their deaths are nothing. Bang! Two bodies dropped, bullet holes in their foreheads, eyes wide in disbelief. Van Han trembled but kept staring. Two bodies. Ni muttered. No wonder Sir So fired twice, there were two. Bat raised his thumb. Both headshots, amazing. TQ admired. Ni's eyes widened, looking at So Fong in disbelief. Under such conditions he hit both. She doubted, how did he find them without sensors, only eyes and instinct? Unbelievable. Stay alert. Ni ordered. Yes. The group spread out. Click. Bat took a phone photo of the sniper. Handle the corpses. So Fong said. No, her wound is bleeding again. And Dat cried in panic.